the majority of our audience is most likely from smaller biotechs or startups, as we would say in any other industry. And CDMOs are getting larger. So the outsourcing side is kind of getting smaller, staying virtual, and the CDMO side is getting larger. The companies are bigger. Scott, are the outsourcers, the sponsors losing leverage, and how do they get the attention of companies that are getting bigger and bigger on the CDMO side?
Yeah, that's a hard question. That's a really hard question because you're absolutely right. You know, a 10-person company, virtual company, to talk to, I don't want to name any names, but a bigger one that has 70,000 employees, it's super difficult, right? You don't really have a lot of leverage. But let me flip that into a positive. So you have these large companies who actually do have leverage that can be your partner and can help you with the suppliers to get the materials you might need to manufacture your product. I can leverage that and use their, you know, I think there was one that was recently bought by Danaher, right? You can use that leverage to hopefully get a supplier to give you what you need when you need it. And that is a big positive in my book.
Okay. So if you do have their attention and you do work with them, you can certainly utilize that bigness, so to speak. Vaibhav, you're at a university now. I worked in the CDMO, and sometimes when universities approached us, it was like, no, thank you. And I say that with a smile, not always, and being a bit facetious. There was a bit of unreality in what we needed to do for them. Are you having that experience, and how do you work with getting some leverage?
Well, I mean, currently we wouldn't need, because we are kind of a, let's say, CDMO within academic space, so we would get the business in that regards. But I would say with my previous company, it was difficult. Let's say it was a small startup biotech company. So sometimes, I mean, we wanted to work with this one of the really good company, but as I mentioned, they had some other partners with, let's say, lots of money. And that's why, I mean, they told us like for a couple of years, they cannot take our project. So sometimes it's a struggle for small startup companies.
Yeah. Okay. And Praveen, you worked at Shire, and in the annals of outsourcing, I think Shire taught the world the extent to which you can outsource many years ago. So they had a lot of there was a lot of power there just because of the volume of outsourcing they could do. But on the other side, you know, maybe you can talk about leverage when you don't have the power of a former Shire to do all that outsourcing.
And I have to say, I my career has the alpha and omega there, actually. But, you know, as a small company, what you can do is you can bundle all of the work that you need to get done. So sometimes that also means you're getting the best of one thing, but not necessarily the best of the other thing. Classic is monoclonal antibodies, where you might be working with a manufacturing partner who is extremely good at the drug substance part, but the drug product part is, again, it's a bolt-on for them. They do a good job because they know how to do good work, but it's not their core business. And your pricing on the drug product might be higher. But if you're a really small company, you don't have N for your external manufacturing, or you have one person who's in your process development group who's responsible for managing all of the external manufacturing partners. And you're just going to have to say, you know what, I can't get best in class of my drug substance and my drug product and this excipient that I have to make on my own. I'm just going to have it all in one place. And with the company that can give me all three of those things, an integrated project manager, and again, you put that in your must-haves list on your in your RFP. I must be given a project manager who will take care of all of the intra-company communications. Then you can do it. And you're seeing that in the ADC space, actually, where a lot of companies, either themselves or a group of companies, have come together to say, we can give you, the ADC company, who is 3 doctors and a kitchen table, everything you need to make a drug.